Hi guys, well, looks like we connected another dot. So let's pay attention. If you guys don't know the story or the origins of this channel, then I'll explain it to you. 5 months ago, guys, I was doing an interview. The individual's name was Laser Haas. He went ahead and told me all the ideas of private equity, leveraging him out of his own company and bribing him. He became an SEC whistleblower. I have the whole interview there. It's Laser Haas, Rants. It's an hour long. It's pretty in-depth, right? I let him tell his story. But the very next day, Thomas H. Lee from Thomas H. Lee Partners killed himself in his office. A billionaire, 83 years old, kills himself in his office, and nobody knows why. And it made me start looking at this world a little different. The influence of private equity on publicly traded companies via leverage buyouts. They will use bonds. They will use debt. They will do it all, everything they can. What I mean by debt, I mean in exchange for debt, for your equity, for your position in your company. And guess what? The CEOs don't care. A CFO doesn't care. Nobody cares. Board of directors don't care because they're all getting paid millions of dollars to do it. Everyone has their hands in the cookie jar, and you're losing. Now, when I started making these videos, I'll even show you it here, guys. This is the playlist of Connecting the Dots. There are 26 videos long. They're all here. And what did they explain and how did they break it down? These are undisputed, by the way. I have not seen one person make a video and say, you know what, Marantz, your videos are wrong and or you have misinformation, because it's documented. Literally show you the PowerPoint presentations and every filing that I go through. But right here it says you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. Yes, Steve Jobs, you had a debt on the money. So today, what are the chances when I wake up, I see this? I see this post, and I'm going to move me over here. I see this post, and it says, Helen of Troy, which makes various products, including Hydro Flask water bottles, Vicks wellness products, cites the impact of the Bed Bath & Beyond bankruptcy and explaining why their losses fell 6.6%. And I was just like, yo, Helen of Troy. And I'll tell you why, guys, because I do the homework myself, right? I go in there and I break down every board of director, wherever they, if you guys don't know, this is Connecting the Dots. This is how it works. I take every board of director from the companies that you invest in, and then I follow their origins all the way back to the beginning of time, because I feel private equity plants their seeds, which they have done in numerous companies, and I've shown you, and we've proved this part. They dismantle companies from within. They make every decision wrong. They turn every corner the wrong way just to destroy the company from within. They help accelerate the bet that is shorting a stock, buying out, giving out a junk bond, as they call it, a high yield bond. They accelerate the outcome. Now, this has happened before where companies were tried in court and the individuals in charge got in big trouble. They went to prison. Mike Milken, Taryn Pizer, a lot of insider trading happens. And with all that information being told, that's how Connecting the Dots has gotten us here today. Okay, this post right here, I'm going to explain it to you. But before I even explain this, then you have to know why Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. You have to know why MULN Automotive is going to go bankrupt. You have to know why Carvana eventually will go bankrupt, why Kohl's is going to go bankrupt, and why AMC will go bankrupt, and also why GameStop won't go bankrupt. All in Connecting the Dots. Okay? So, what happened here, and how did this, and why did this matter to me? Helen of Troy, when I saw that name, I go, man, I've seen it before. Let's go look at the board of directors. And of course, when I went to their board of directors, I found Beryl Raff. And if you guys don't remember Beryl Raff, you should. She was in Connecting the Dots. I think she made her first appearance Connecting the Dots maybe 12 or 13. And it's because she was the former CEO of Zales Jewelers. In addition to being part of Zales Jewelers, she worked for Macy's. And she was with Macy's in the 70s and the 80s. When they officially went bankrupt in 1992, 1994, she then jumped shipped over to Zales. That's private equity driven. That move to Zales was the fact that Apollo bought them out via their bonds. Who else was at Zales, guys? It was Sue Gove. Sue Gove has been at Bed Bath & Beyond for 4 years. They had a partnership even here with this company that she's running. These partnerships and these dots connect very deep. And if people can't see the forest through the trees, go understand her ties, Beryl Raff. She is on the board of directors at Michaels, and Michaels getting sued for selling off to Apollo on a pipe deal that's worth absolutely nothing compared to what the company was worth, right? But that's how she has that connection through Apollo, and private equity. She's always had the connection. JCPenney right after she left Zales. But it's all about the origins. They all started in the same spot. And that's why I tell you what I tell you guys. You guys want to follow commercial real estate? You guys want to follow leases and say Bed Bath & Beyond's going to be great? Then go look up Alan Shore. Look at the individual who hired Beryl Raff, the individual who kept Sue Gove where she's at, the individual who hired Robert D. Nicola. You connect the dots, and you will see exactly what private equity is. And it's a bunch of people out here in this world making millions of dollars by being the headpiece of whatever company they're running. That's the difference here, and that's why I focus on this series. That was announced today. Helen of Troy losing money because of this deal that they have with Bed Bath & Beyond. But you already knew Bed Bath & Beyond couldn't pay that bill. You already knew they weren't going to be able to service their debt. You knew they were going under 4 years ago. The fact that any individual out there can defend Macellum or Legion Partners or Ancura, then you haven't watched part 17 of Connecting the Dots. You haven't watched part 14. You haven't watched 13. You just haven't educated yourself on what private equity is and the influence it has on publicly traded companies. That's how I know who David Mitchery is. I'm telling you guys, I connected every dot. You guys think I would be talking MULN Automotive? Hey, MULN Automotive crowd, I didn't even care one rat's ass about that damn company whatsoever until somebody said, can you look into it? I looked at it and it said Terran Pizer. I go, holy shit, it comes from like episode 17 of Connecting the Dots. That's how I was able to do it. I have found a dot for every company you're looking at because once they're in, they plan them, guys. They maximize value and they leave, but not maximize value for current shareholders. No, for the bondholders, for the individuals that are leveraging these companies. And they have multiple ways of doing it. So I'm trying to educate the masses. But for all of you guys out there, the narrative is Marantz is a stock basher. Marantz is, no, I'm not. I'm the guy trying to talk some sense into you because we did the due diligence. Go read it. Go watch it. It's there forever. It's online. And if you can dispute it, go for it. Make a video. Let me know. But I'll tell you what. Go watch the videos and understand it's factual. There's 26 parts and they all connect. Hell, you name Michael Jordan, right? And how do we connect to Michael Jordan? The whole way through it connects. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable how far this reach is. So good luck knowing that we connected another dot today. Just know they're all set up to fail. And for what reason? Because they can always repackage the bullshit and put it back to the public and take your money again. Yes, they're here to take your money. If a company is publicly traded, it's going to take your money. Or you can invest in like real companies that are going to sustain through these hard times and get past them, and then eventually grow and flourish. You're picking some really good ones, aren't you? I hope you are. I know what I'm picking. It's all over the walls here. It's very simple. Other than that, guys, that's the story of Connecting the Dots, the origins of it. Maybe you guys don't know what it is. Maybe you guys haven't taken the time to watch all the videos, but you need to. You really need to educate yourself because that's what I did when I was doing all the homework and realizing what it was. So that's why I can sit here very confident and tell you, these YouTubers, these Reddit guys, they don't get it. They don't get it one bit. They can't be wrong. Or can they? Peace.